Right. So on the screen, we got the Super Eagles of Nigeria landing in Abidjan, Ivory Coast. Of course, they are there for their 4th out of 10 matches of World Cup qualification, and the match will be played in less than 24 hours. Super Eagles of Nigeria taking on Benin Republic. 5 p.m. Nigerian time will be the start of the game. It will be hosted at the Lake Felicia in Abidjan. We played like 3 matches in that stadium in the last AFCON, the just finished AFCON. The match against Guinea-Bissau, the match against Cameroon, and the match against Angola. All 3 of those matches were played in that very stadium. We had some good results, so hopefully we can keep it going with that one. And to watch the game, on game day, I was thinking it was gonna be on like DSTV, GoTV, that kind of stuff, but it wasn't. I don't know if you got it on your DSTV or GoTV, but I ain't see it on mine. I watched it on FIFA Plus on the internet. Just type in FIFA Plus in Google. You don't have to subscribe. You have to have a VPN though. You have to have a VPN, so download a VPN before you do that. And FIFA Plus is just right there for you. So I mean, that's the only way, unless maybe what's the other one? Star Times. Maybe Star Times is covering it. I need to get Star Times. They covered the NPFL this season. But yeah, in this video we're gonna be talking about the match. Of course, the match coming up against Benin Republic. We're gonna be talking about our head coach Finidi George. He had a press conference, of course, after the match against South Africa. Lots of things that came out of that one. We're going to be talking about that. And, of course, the starting lineups that more likely are not going to be right. But we're going to predict the starting lineup for the game tomorrow. But before that, please make sure to like this video. Thank you very much. So, yeah, starting with the match against Benin Republic. We got the formalities of what time and where the match is going to be played. You look at the group table. Benin Republic 3rd on the group with 4 points. They did us a solid one by getting that result against Rwanda. Imagine Rwanda won that match. They move up to 7 points. But now Benin Republic, who had 1 point before the last group, the last match day, they move up to 4 points, a point ahead of us. And when you look at the results at the end of it, it doesn't look that bad. That draw, yes, those 3 draws are annoying, but if we can get ourselves together, we're not in no panic type situation. Now, if a team had 3 wins, 9 points, and we were on 3, that's a different situation. But this right here, I feel like it's not that bad if we can get our acts together. And of course, Benin Republic, we've played them quite a few times in the past. You know, we played them twice. Was it for AFCON qualifiers? We had the 2-1 win in Uyo. Then we went away from home. I believe, was it 1-0 or 2-1? We beat them to qualify for that AFCON. Paul Onuachu scored that goal coming off the bench. I remember that match because that was Anayo Wallace's first start for the Super Eagles. So, yeah, we've had quite a history with Benin Republic, playing them quite a few times in the past few years. So, this is a team that we're very familiar with. Of course, their head coach, Raw, we're definitely familiar with their head coach. He used to coach the Super Eagles, took us to a World Cup, 3rd place at an AFCON. So, he's a coach that did quite a lot for the Super Eagles. Knows a lot of the players that are on the Super Eagles, guys like Alex Iwobi, Wilfred Ndidi. These guys played under Raw, and he knows them in and out. They know him in and out, so that's going to be interesting right there. But moving on, and we're going to be talking about head coach of the team, Finidi George. Of course, first official match as head coach of the team. Had those 2 matches as intern head coach against Ghana and Mali. But now the head coach of the team. And first half, I'm like, do you guys really want this man as your head coach? I'm asking the players because they came out just flat. They were so flat. Like, they were looking like they were scared of South Africa for a second. Second half, I felt like you got to credit the coach because they came out like somebody lit fire under him. He had to have said something. He had to have tweaked something in that halftime, because it was night and day from first half to second half. Yes, we had some moments in the first half. I'm not going to trash them like that. They did create some things, but mainly we were not looking good. We were not looking confident. We were not looking like we wanted to be there in that first half, to tell you the truth. And after the match, the post-match press conference, I watched it and I loved it from Finidi George. He took accountability for their performances, and he just kept it real. And I felt like he came off as genuine. The media people seemed like they started eating it up, and I mean, the way he was talking, I'm pretty sure some of them are like, just wait till you lose, and we're gonna give it to you, the way we can as media people. But the way he spoke, he comes off as a shy guy, not willing to talk, kind of stutters a couple of times. But that press conference was beautiful from Finidi George. He gave us some information about the players, their situations with injuries. Shemi Ajayi, Fisaya Dele Bashiru, those were knocks. No injuries, just knocks. So we're going to see how they are moving on. Hopefully they get to play, because he said no real injuries, just knocks, just that they couldn't, continue in the game at that moment. They also asked him about Paul Onuachu. Why did he play? Why was he staying on the pitch? And I loved his answers. He was like, look, I'm the one who picks the players. Y'all are not going to tell me who to pick. I felt like he was the best option for the team. And I feel like even the foreign coaches that we have, a lot of them don't want to say that. They'll be dribbling around those questions. But he came out flat, like, look, that's the player I wanted to play. He said, and one thing he said that was so funny, he said, it's like Ludo. Everybody sees it great from outside, but when you sit down on the chair to play it, you're not seeing as much as you were when you're standing outside. And that philosophy was kind of, I like that. He made a great point with that. And yeah, I personally felt like Paul Onuachu had a good game. If not for these copyright issues that just happened this morning, I would have actually done the Paul Onuachu highlights, and he had a good game. He had, trust me, just take my word. If you're not gonna go back and check for yourself, take my word. He had a good game. He did everything right. All the balls that they sent to him, he brought them down, either winning a foul or bringing it down for his man. The only times he doesn't bring them down, they're playing him up like 10 feet in the air. I know you're playing with a 6'7" player. He looks like a basketball player, but he's a football player. Play football with him. Stop trying to do all this outlandish stuff. You're playing the ball 10 feet in the air like he's Michael Jordan. He's not going to jump to reach that ball. So they need to play him like he's a regular striker, because people are having this fake assumption about Paul Onuachu that he's only good in the air, which is ridiculous. Like, the man has a mixtape. He has mixtape upon mixtape. You can go watch Paul Onuachu goals. It's like 30, 40 of them from the same season, and you can see how he scores. A lot of them with the feet. Yes, he's good in the air, but he's better as a football player. He's a football player. He's not just a tall guy that's out there. He's a football player. Yes, he might not be able to step out there, create, but he's a football player. You see the touches. You see what he brings to the table. So I didn't feel like we lost much. I feel like the other players need to step up. If anything, players like Lukman in good positions, great positions, not finishing, not making the pass. Iwobi trying to turn into a goal scorer overnight. I mean, you're in great position. Make the pass, make the extra pass. Play a 1-2 or something. We need to do differently sometimes when you're in attack, when you're in great positions. But that doesn't come down to Paul Onuachu. And another thing that they asked him about was Fisaya Dele Bashiru's performance. And that was another funny moment with the coach. And they were like, how do you feel about his performance? Like, yeah, he did great. But he said if he didn't play great, y'all would be asking the same question back. Why did he play? And that's the thing. Just like Paul Onuachu, you're like, why did he play? If he scored 2 or 3 goals, you'll never say that. And that's the thing. Sometimes you just pick on a player just because you feel it's easy to do it, you know? You're like, why do you know? So I felt like the coach made some great points in his press conference. They also asked him about Kelechi Iheanacho, and he kind of defended him. And I like what he said. He was like, he came late to the party. He did not play. He did not play as good as we would have expected. But at the same time, he expects him to bounce back. He expects him to do great. He says he has played in that same position before and done well. Yes, he has. We've seen him in that position before. One thing I felt about Kelechi Iheanacho was like, shoot the ball. Shoot the ball. You get in great position. Sometimes just shoot the ball. You have a great left foot. Shoot the ball when you're in a position like that. He's thinking too much, trying to create, trying to do this, trying to do that, and it ended up just not working out for him on the day. And last but not least, on the Finidi side, they asked him about Gana Raw. Of course, Gana Raw, former head coach of the Super Eagles. In case you just were not listening to what I was saying earlier, well, he is the former head coach of the Super Eagles. They asked about him, you know, coming up against the Super Eagles, and they're like, he knows the players. Should we be concerned about that? And another answer I love from Finidi George. He said, if he knows the players, he needs to be scared. You know the players, right? So you know they're great players. That was a perfect answer. I started clapping at my phone. Like, man, that was a great... I mean, Jose Moreno will be proud of that answer. If you know the players, you should be scared. You know, that was just... I love that. I love that from Finidi George. Loved everything about his press conference. And like I said, he comes off as a guy that doesn't want to talk, real shy looking, but he gave a great press conference today, and I loved it. I wish him the best. I know things are not going to be easy, especially with the fan base we have. People want, not the fan, all of us. I want results. Everybody wants results. And this is a tough position to be in, to get dropped into a situation like this. You know, already 2 matches down the drain, and you just have to come in with 8 matches and prove yourself. So wishing them the best, and hopefully the team, you know, takes on this type of personality and come out shining, come out swinging from the beginning next game. Because I feel like this team, we got quality. We got quality. And it's just a matter of things clicking. And I'm willing to wait, but I know we can't wait forever. And I think 3 matches is enough. Now we're on the 4th match. We need to get a result. We need 3 points at the end of this game. But moving on, and going to do the starting lineup for the next match. Last but not least, starting lineup. And going to start with goalkeeper and Madaka. No, I'm just playing. We're going to start with Stanley Wabali, of course, starting goalkeeper for the team. Day by day, he keeps on, you know, growing on this team. Day by day, his leadership keeps on, you know, showing up in this team. And I feel like we're really lucky to have this guy. It's turning into he's lucky. It's turning from he's lucky to be in this position to we're lucky that he's in this position. That's what it's looking like right now. He was fantastic against South Africa, and I think he's going to be fantastic going forward. Of course, he's going to be the goalkeeper for the team. Central defense, Semi Ajayi was talked about by Finidi George having a knock. That might be a tough situation right there. And I don't know if he's going to be. I think he's going to be ready. He didn't look that bad coming off the pitch. Just probably wasn't 100% and was like, hey, coach, since I'm not 100%, let me not, you know, make a mistake out here. So I think Semi Ajayi and Calvin Bassey will be the 2 to start once again. Now, yesterday it looked like we used the 4-4-2. I think we need to go back to the 4-3-3 in this game. That's one change I think the coach might make. I mean, I'm not the coach, so if he doesn't make it, don't hold me accountable. But I think that is a change that should be made. And for fullbacks, I would go Benjamin Tamino and Bright Osai Samuel. Bright Osai Samuel, apart from the yellow card that he got, I think he had a good game. Probably could do a little bit better going forward, but he did do good though going forward. Benjamin Tanimu, I apologize. Not enough going forward, but he did some things. The little touch that he gave to Wilfred Ndidi to put that ball in the box, that was really nice. So he did some things going forward. But defensively, he was really stellar. Saved us a couple of times. The block that he made on the cross, the header after Stanley Wabali's save. So he's definitely a guy that is proving himself. Now for the midfield, I feel like that's where some decision making has to come on. Of course, like I said, the first half really uninspiring from the team. The midfield especially was not good in the first half. Alassane Yusuf, Rafael Onyedika, these two were really, really good when they came on. Alassane got in some great positions, had that 1-2 with Samuel Chukwueze. Then you have Rafael Onyedika, that beautiful pass he made to Ademola Lookman that got a shot out of the situation. Then he made another pass, a little dinker to Ademola Lookman, and he kind of scuffed that one. So these two right here, I mean, we have big names in the midfield, but these two right here, they're really knocking on the door. They're knocking on the door, and I wouldn't be surprised if either of them start in the game against Benin Republic tomorrow. But for the midfield, I think we'll go with Wilfred Ndidi. But Wilfred Ndidi might move to the central defense if Shemi Ajayi is not 100%. So keep that in mind. But I'll go with Wilfred Ndidi and Rafael Onyedika. Then Alex Iwobi in front of him, playing the attacking midfield position. And Finidi George really has to talk to Alex Iwobi because, like I said, he was not really trying to help out, assist like he's supposed to do. He was trying to be the star of the show a little bit too much against South Africa. So hopefully he improves on that. And of course, Fisaya Dele Bashiru would have definitely been starting. I think he can also start. The only person that I think is really off is Kelechi Iheanacho because of that performance. Now for the attack, we got a couple of players that didn't see any action. You have Ibrahim Olawonyi. You have Victor Boniface. With Boniface, I honestly think it has to be some type of some type of fitness type situation why he didn't play in the game against South Africa. Then with Ibrahim Olawonyi, not a player that you would think would start, but when you think about it, he can play as a winger, can play as an attacking midfielder, plays in multiple positions at club side. So this is a player that, I mean, he could make his way into that starting 11 or at least get on the pitch in this game if we're going to be going with the 4-3-3, because I feel like this is a player that can come in and really do some things. Really skilled player, knows his way around goal, can finish, can assist. So this is also a player that, you know, can come in and make a difference for the team. But for the starting 11, I think I'll go with Ademola Lookman on one side. That's another player the coach needs to really sit down and, you know, talk to. Yeah, he's not the best performance, Ademola Lookman, but I think his finishing definitely will be better if he just learns to play with his teammates a little bit more, especially the fullbacks who are playing on his side, because a lot of times you see the fullback hauling tail, just running, racing, trying to get in, and he just looks them off. And I know that got to be annoying for a fullback who's running back and forth. You know, you make all that effort and your teammate just looks away, go in there, and it doesn't work out. If it works out, of course, you're going to run celebrate with him. But if it keeps not working out, those fullbacks are going to get annoyed about that situation, because that's not really how the game is supposed to be played. Now, with the striker situation, I think Coach Finidi George is going to start Paul Onuachu. I'm just pretty sure he's going to do that. Now, Paul Onuachu has the job of delivering if he does get the start, but I think that's what's going to happen, because from what I watched, I might be wrong, but from what I watched and the highlights I was about to make, Paul Onuachu was real good. I'm still going to make those highlights, by the way, but Paul Onuachu was good. So I don't know. I think he's going to be starting against Benin Republic. And like I said at the start, he scored last time he played Benin Republic away from home. Scored the goal that took us to the AFCON. Yes, he did. So Paul Onuachu, the striker. On the other side, I think This why Kelechi Iheanacho won't start, because Samuel Chukwueze will take up that position. He was beautiful when he came on. He was box office. There was one ball that Alex Iwobi just kicked in the air. I don't know what he was thinking to kick that ball up in the air like that. But Samu just brought it down just with the touch of an angel. I'm like, man, this guy came on for business. Hits the woodwork with a strike. Really should have been putting it in the back of the net, but take nothing away from what he did. The 1-2 with Alassane Yusuf and the woodwork. The great pass he made for Terry Murphy for that miss that he had. That was a beautiful pass. River splitting pass. You should be calling him Moses with that type of pass. Great pass. And it was wasted by Terry Murphy, but I think he's going to start for the team. But with what I saw, I think don't be surprised when you see a surprise with Finidi George's starting lineup, because he's not going with what people are expecting. I don't think y'all keep talking about foreign coach this, foreign coach that. A lot of foreign coaches will not start Fisayo Dele Bashiru in that match. They will not. They'll go with the players that are higher in ranked and things like that. Who plays in the EPL? Who plays here? Who plays there? He started that, man, and we saw what he did. But yeah, this will be my starting lineup for the game against Benin Republic. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Of course, let me know your starting lineup. Put them in the comment section. Let's all see. Let's see how good of a coaches we are. Put it in the comment section. Please make sure to like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.